welcome back to Missing Monet. Today's pick a card reading is Should I Move On? This is for people that are in current relationships who are going through a rocky situation right now and probably debating in their head whether they should move on or if they should stay or whatever has occurred. This video will probably give you some more insight and really help you figure out what you need to do moving forward. So I have piles 1 through 4 here. You can meditate and pause the video right now at this moment and pick the pile that really calls out to you. Or you can even text your partner and have them pick a number and then let that be the pile to help you figure out your decision. Either way, it's up to you. Thank you, and we're gonna get started. Okay, pile number 1, should you move on? Overall, from these 3 cards that I pulled, I'm getting a yes, you should move on. And I'm gonna go into depth on why you should move on. For not everyone that picked this pile, but for some people, I think there is some nostalgia related to this person. I feel like either you got with this person really young or you've been with them for a long time. That's what I'm getting from this. And I feel like it's to a point where there's this comfortability there and you just feel super comfortable with them. And it's almost as if like you can't see yourself really being with anyone else. You've already adjusted to this person being in your life. So I think that's why you have like some doubts on moving on or not. But the thing about life, things are constantly changing, things are constantly moving, and if you're in this space with this person and it's gotten to the point where it's not healthy and it's gotten to the point where it's just time to move on, then it's just time to move on. And that doesn't take away the love that you have for this person. I'm also getting just really like, I really feel like this person means the world to you. And I really feel like you really do care about this person. And I think that's why you have been debating this for a while. But I feel like in a way you have outgrown them and you're on your own path now. And the path that you're trying to be on, they're not meant to be on this path with you. You know, they're not meant to be on this path with you at all. I think that it is time for you to move on and look at it from a different perspective. But overall, you are supposed to be walking a singular path by yourself at this moment, and I don't think that this person is meant to be on this path with you. I feel that for some reason you tie this as if you don't love this person if you let them go or if you move on. But from this pile, you definitely love this person, and I don't think that takes away from the love. It's just that in this moment in your life that they're just not necessary right now. You've gotten what you needed from them. You've gotten what you were supposed to learn from them, and so have they. And it doesn't take away from the love. It doesn't mean that none of that didn't matter. None of that, all of that was a waste of time, because it wasn't a waste of time, because they still have shaped you into the person that you are now. It's just time for you to move on without them. But I'm just sensing like you're just really holding on to this person, and rightfully so, especially if it is someone you've been with for a long time, or if it's someone who just makes you feel that comfortable. I'm also getting that, in a sense, have you been giving money to this person? I feel like there's like this supporting energy, like someone is just like spending their money on this person, holding this person up. Basically anything where it involves you like just spending money on this person. So maybe you're paying like majority of the bills. Maybe this person doesn't have a job. Maybe they're in jail and you're paying on the books. Whatever resonates with you. But I feel like you, the person who picked this pile, is definitely like giving money, and like you're supporting them like financially in some type of way. And if not financially, you're definitely like the full support of the relationship. You're definitely like the main support. And I'm not saying that this person isn't supportive. I think for some people they're not, and if for some people they are, they're just not as equally supportive. I feel like you are taking like 100% of the burden when it comes to being supportive, to where that I think that's always been the theme of this relationship for sure. I feel like you've always been like the main supporter, and you've never complained about it or anything, but it has like over the time span that has occurred has gotten to a point where you're starting to, like, in a way get tired of that and just feeling like very like burdened by that in a way. But you feel for some reason you haven't expressed this to your partner fully, or maybe you have, but if you haven't, it's mostly because you feel like, well, that's what a partner's supposed to do, and like bringing it up almost seems like as if you have a problem doing it. But you don't have a problem doing it. You just want it to be done equally. You want to feel like if you were in the same situation that they were in, would they still back you up? Would they still financially save you? Would they still support you in the way that you have supported them? And I feel, deep down inside that it just would not be the same. I don't think that they would not support you completely. Some people they wouldn't. But I'm getting that it just won't be the same energy that you have given it, Like if you were in that same situation, if you were in jail or whatever the situation may be, I feel like they wouldn't do it as hard as you have done it. So for example, if it is a person in jail, for example, like you're probably the type of person that visits them every weekend on the day, no matter what, rain, sleet, or snow, you're going out there, you're putting money in their books on time. Like they will probably support you if you were in a situation, but they probably wouldn't come every single week. And they probably wouldn't make sure that you get your money right on time. Like it wouldn't be as much effort. That's what I'm saying. And overall, I think that was like kind of like a theme of the relationship, you being like the main supporter. And and this goes to any relationship, if you feel like you're exerting more energy than the other person, like eventually the person that's exerting all that energy is going to start to gain resentment for the other partner, and the other partner is going to feel like, well, this is what we've always done, and they're not going to want to change that aspect of the relationship. So I tell people all the time, whatever you have built your relationship on is going to be a recurring theme in your relationship. So you cannot start doing all of these things for this person and then not want to do it anymore, because that's what's pulled them in. That's what they have. That's what they were attracted to. That's what they think when it comes to you. So that's just a word of advice. If you're married, I'm not sure if y'all are about to divorce. If you do move on and you do divorce, it's definitely going to be some type of like money. Like I think money is going to be like a central part of the divorce process. And I do think it might get ugly. This is just for the people that are who might get divorced after this video or just are in the process of divorce. It's definitely going to get ugly with the money aspect, but what I'm getting from it, either way, this is what's meant to happen. I really feel like, and it just keeps coming to me, I feel that this person is not allowing you to be the true you. And I feel that in a way, I'm not fully blaming your partner and I'm not fully blaming you. I think that it's really like part blamed on each side. I think that you have showed a side of yourself at the beginning of the relationship for sure, and this partner is just so accustomed to that, and they need to learn how to be more flexible with who you're becoming and not think that, because why would you expect someone to be the same their whole life? Like that's ridiculous. And I feel that you right now, where you're in life right now, there's like an idea, it's either something that you're trying to do like that's different outside of what you normally do, or maybe you're just becoming a new person, one of the two. But I don't really feel like your partner has been supportive of that. They're either not supportive of the new person you're trying to be, or they're just not supportive of this new idea that you're trying to cultivate. And I think that's one of the reasons why you're probably like side-eyeing them and realizing like, okay, like, I think now you're like having this like reflective period and realizing, okay, like you're not as supportive, because if you wanted to do this crazy out of the norm idea, I wouldn't do this to you. I would support you. I will be there for you. And I feel like they are like being super honest with you. They're letting you know that they don't think it's a good idea. They're letting you know, like, and it's just, I think that like was the opening period for you. And this is not for everybody, but just as it resonates, I think that was like an opening of the eye period for you. And now you're like realizing like, I need to be with someone who's going to keep that same energy with me. I don't want to be with someone who's going to crap on my dreams or not like let me be the better version of myself that I'm trying to be. I feel like they're not allowing you to grow. I feel like they're holding you back. Even for the people who don't see that they're holding you back, they're definitely holding you back, either financially, even through their support. They're not allowing you to fully be who you're trying to be. And I feel like right now, where you're at now, it's just you're not the same person that you were when you met them. And that's not a negative thing at all, but I feel like they're just not being supportive of that. And that's why for problem number one, they're saying you should just move on, because the spirit guides or whatever you believe in, God, or whatever you believe in, It's definitely pushing you to, they want this change for you. Like, it's definitely a change that needs to happen in your life right now, and this person is just, it's just not meant for this person to be on the ride, because they're just going to prevent that change every step of the way. And I don't think they're a bad person. I just think that they can't see the vision the way that you're seeing the vision. I am getting kids. Some of you might be mothers and fathers, and being a new parent or being a parent in general, that changes people too. So maybe like there's different things that maybe you're not the same woman or man you were before you had your child, and your partner is having a hard time adjusting to the mother or father in you. And that could be something that's like shifting the change. But overall, if you're debating whether you should move on, if you pick partner one, yes, you should definitely move on, and better things are to come. Let me see. If I had to assign the signs, you or your partner is probably an earth sign: Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I'm also getting Scorpio for this pile as well. So thank you so much, pile number one. I hope this gave you some clarity if you were debating whether you should move on or not, and just gave you some type of insight into the relationship and what has caused it to get to this point. Please, if this resonated with you, subscribe. I have more material. Like, comment, leave me feedback. I am an open book. Thank you and have a good day. Pile number two, should you move on? Okay, unfortunately for this pile, which I had a feeling this might happen for a couple of piles, I'm getting yes or no. So what I'm going to do for the yeses, I'm going to explain why yes. And if that resonates with you, then it's a yes, you should move on. If it's a no, you shouldn't move on, I'm going to talk about that situation, why you shouldn't. And if that resonates with you, then that's what the message is for you. Right off the back, if for the yeses, you should move on. You should move on because I feel like you have been the backbone for this person. Probably for a while, probably not, but you have really held it down for this person for sure. I kept getting like, I got your back. I got your back. And you definitely have been like very grounded. You definitely have been like home for this person. You probably live with this person. I'm not sure, just some people you probably live with this person. You probably share things or whatever, but I just feel like you're like the main backbone and foundation for this relationship. Probably the reason why this relationship has lasted the way that it has lasted. But I feel that this person has not been respecting you as the backbone that you have been. They have not been respecting of you guys as a home, as a foundation, as a relationship. I feel that they have brought other people to relationships, so there probably was an affair involved or cheating involved, or just I feel that this person just does not have the same respect, or the respect that they should have, not in the way that you have given them. I feel that I just really do get this energy of them just inviting people into what you guys have going on, and that's kind of like a factor of why it's gotten to the point. And it doesn't necessarily have to be cheating. I think for some people that picked part number two, there was cheating involved, and there was a person that they invited into something that was going well and disrespected the foundation, disrespected the backbone, which is you. But for some people, it might not even be cheating. It might really just them letting the opinions of other people deter their choices. So of course, in a relationship, you're going to ask advice from your friends, your family. That's like a normal thing. But I feel like your partner has made it to where it's extreme. Like he's made it to where either their family or friends, either or, has gotten to a point where they just feel comfortable disrespecting you and disrespecting a relationship, or talking about things that you feel like, I know you're my partner's friend, I know you're my partner's family, but that's really not your place. They've definitely crossed the line several times, and I feel that your partner just has not respected you in the way that he or she should respect you. They have allowed their friends or family or whoever to just come into what you guys have built and just trash it, and it's like, why are you doing that? Like, this is what we have. It's kind of like, like a bubble, and I feel like this person just letting anybody in that bubble and just like fucking it up. And I feel that they have not had your back in that aspect, and maybe that could be why like you're debating whether you should move on or not. even if it's the family or friend situation, or if it's the cheating, or maybe both, they have definitely made it to where your relationship isn't between just the both of you, where it's almost as if you're in a relationship with all these people. They could have like a mother or father who, like, that's all in your relationship, just people in your relationship. And yeah, it's gotten to a point where now you're debating whether you should move on or not. And if this resonates with you, yes, if that's your situation, you should definitely move on. I don't think it's going to get better. Actually, I think it's just going to get worse. I think you can have 50 conversations. I feel like you've had conversations with this person a lot, and somehow, some way, it continues. I don't see them changing that aspect of themselves, whether it's cheating or allowing these people to disrespect what you guys have built or what you guys are trying to build. I feel like they're going to continue to let them disarray that. I feel like they probably have a lot of growing up to do in that regard, because that's kind of like a maturity thing, knowing when and what to share with your friends and family and things like that of the nature, or just having respect for your relationship overall, to not step outside of that agreement that you have with one another. So if that resonates with you, then yes, you should definitely move on. Okay, for the people that shouldn't move on, you shouldn't move on because I feel that you're kind of I feel like you're dealing with some temptation right now, or you feel, I definitely getting like this energy of the grass being green on the other side. Why are you looking around? Why are you not focusing on what you got going on with this person? I feel like there has been possible temptation with you, and people have come up to you and they seem like they're better and they seem like they're great. And I just feel like what you and your partner got going on, it's not even that bad. I think it's so minuscule. I think it's something that can easily be solved through communication and just time. I think you're just going through a rough period right now, but if you actually take the time to be patient and not to like start wondering that, I think you're probably an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, because it just seems like air energy to me. Things are going rough, and this probably might be your Venus. Sorry, that just came to me. If you know astrology, you might have an air sign Venus, or it could be your sun. But overall, it's like things get rocky and you just start wondering that I like, well, let me see who's not going to be rocking. It's just like, it's not that serious. Like, it's just a rough period right now. And if you do that, you're going to be making a mistake. The decisions aren't as great as you think they're going to be. I think that whatever you're going through with your partner, it's just really not that bad. I feel that you are being very, there's some stubbornness that I'm getting. I feel like you only want to see what you want to see. You don't want to see what's right in front of you when it comes to you and your partner. So it could be like, let's say your partner has been, and this is just an example, they've been hanging out with their friends a lot, to the point where they're never really hanging out with you anymore. They're not spending as much time as they want with you, and you've expressed that to them, and you feel that like, you know what, well, I'm gonna go try to find someone who's not gonna hang out with their friends a lot. I feel that you're just like already in your head like, well, they're probably not going to change. Even though you probably only had the conversation with them yesterday, you haven't even given them the opportunity, time, or space to change. Like, you don't really give them the time to see if they're actually going to change or if they're going to try to better themselves for the relationship. Like, as soon as you have the conversation with them, you're already like looking at the back door, which is completely unnecessary. It's like, what was the point of the conversation if you're not even going to give it a chance? I feel like you don't really actually give it a chance to give that person the time to fix whatever they need to fix for the better of the relationship. You're already like, whatever, they're probably not. And it's like, that's kind of assuming, and you shouldn't do that. I think you just need to really change your perspective of the way you've been looking at it and stop being so stubborn. Like, your partner is just, I don't really feel like they're a bad person. I really feel like this relationship can work out. I'm also getting that, God, this is such air energy. Wow. Like, you're feeling like restricted, and this could just be because of you. I don't think this is your partner. Either you are really not the relationship type, so you kind of feel trapped when you're in a relationship. You feel very confined and you feel restricted, and you feel like your freedom is being challenged, and it's like you're free to do whatever other than what you and your partner have agreed A relationship is just a shared agreement for the most part to respect this person and whatever you guys have agreed to respect when it comes to each other. And I feel that for some reasons, like, you literally can do all these things. You can go to work, you can go with your friends, you can have fun, you can go on vacation, you can do all these things, and it's like probably two things you can't do in this relationship. You're just like, well, why I can't do those two things? It's like there are two things. For what? Like, what is the point of even thinking about doing those two things when you can do so many other things, you know? It's like you focus on things you have no business even focus on. The restrictions that you think are there are not even there. You're not even that restricted. Your partner, I really like getting like your partner's good for you for right now. And I just think that it's all in your head. You're not as restricted as you think. I don't think they're not as disrespectful as you try to make it seem. I think it's really just like dramatic. You over exaggerating things and just making it bigger than what it really is. It's just not that big of a deal. So if that resonated with you, if you know that that's you, then no, you should not move on. If I had to assign these signs for the overall pile number 2, if it's the group that should move on, I'm getting Aries energy, or just fire energy in general. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you or your partner. If it's no, you should not move on, I'm definitely getting air energy. I already said that, but Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and possibly Cancer as well. So I really hope this resonated with you guys for pile number 2. For the people that got the yes choice or the no choice, it definitely split up for pile number 2, because I guess some people that should and some people that shouldn't both pick this pile. So that's great. I like to be able to split my messages like that. It's kind of cool. It's almost like 2 piles within one. Thank you so much. If this resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. I love feedback. I love knowing that my intuition is getting better or stronger and it actually hit home for someone. Thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, comment, leave feedback, and have a great day. Okay, pile number 3, should you move on? So for this pile, some piles are gonna have this. I'm getting yays and nays. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna explain why yes, you should move on, and why you shouldn't move on, and how it resonates. Whatever message resonates with you, then that's what you should do. So first, I'm getting a you should not move on, and this is why. This resonates, then you shouldn't move on, you yourself. Definitely getting like some hopping around energy. I think your partner is very friendly, and I think that they're very flirtatious, and in a way they have not fully respected your relationship in that aspect. But I really just think that they're a friendly person. I don't think it's as bad as it seems. If there was cheating involved, I just feel that it's definitely going to stop. I feel like they are trying to work on who they are, if that's what it is. But you don't have to accept that. If that's something you don't want to accept, then you don't have to accept it. It is based on your relationship. But I am definitely getting like this friendly energy, like just, hey, how you doing? Da, da, da. And I'm not saying you're a friendly person, but not everyone, it just wants to be in someone's face all the time. And some people don't like their partner to be in everyone's face all the time, you know? So I think that has like some issues with you. Okay, so what I'm also getting is that I feel like you guys really don't have like a routine. I feel like you guys are kind of just like, there's no like real like some, and this actually is usually a problem in most relationships. Like they kind of do the same thing over and over. Everything's very repetitive, everything's very monotonous, and there's no like fun. But I feel like this person just doesn't, either your partner or maybe you, like this relationship overall, I don't get the energy of you guys doing the same thing. I'm kind of getting the energy of always doing something different, and like always trying to like go out and have fun and meet the family, meet the friends, let's do this. I feel like they're just like a really outgoing person, and I feel like with you, you're probably not like that. And it's gotten to a point where you're just kind of tired of meeting people, or you're tired of being around people, or you're tired of like you kind of just want to sit at home, or you actually would prefer like a routine, like something steady between you two, something like maybe I'll do this one thing every Tuesday. It's like nothing steady, nothing's like grounded, and like it's gotten to a point where it's kind of frustrating. It's like I don't want to do all this stuff, like, you know, kind of want us to get something like going on. I kind of want this to be steady or routine. How long have you been with this person? I feel like some people are like, I think some people probably feel like this person doesn't take them seriously, but I think that's just your partner's energy. I think they're just very lighthearted, but I think that they are very serious about you. That's why you shouldn't move on. I think they're very serious about you. I think they just have a lighthearted nature about things. They're probably always playing and having fun. Even when you're trying to be serious, I feel like they're just like, oh, yeah, whatever, babe. Like, chill out, babe. You know, like they kind of have that kind of vibe. And like that can kind of be annoying to you because it makes it seem like, okay, do you take this serious? Do you take us serious? And like, they do. They do take you serious. They just don't show it in the way that you show it. Everyone's different. You have to be mindful of that. So yeah, I'm also getting for some people the reason why you're debating on whether you should move on because maybe y'all been together for a while and they have not like popped the question if this is a woman asking for a man, possibly that they have not. Maybe you want to get engaged or maybe you want to take it to the next step and it hasn't gotten to that point, but it's saying that you shouldn't move on. So maybe if you have a little bit more patience, that's definitely in the future for you. If that's not the case for the men, let me see. I feel like with the men, I think that who pick pile number, well, I don't want to do gender really, sorry. This can apply for the men or women. You might have a partner who is definitely young or just really like a lot of the things they do, like they probably go out a lot, they probably go out with their friends, they probably really like to like have fun, like their youthful energy, going to clubs, drinking and having hangovers and doing all like this youthful stuff and just like, you know, probably doing drugs or whatever the case may be, like all that kind of stuff. And I feel like your energy is just not like that at all. And I feel like, you know, they were probably, and I feel that this person was like that when you met them. Pile number two, if this resonates with you, they were already like this. And I don't know if you thought, well, you know, once I get them in a relationship, they're going to change. It's like, you got to realize people are who they are. You know, a relationship doesn't really change anything. You know, it's about accepting them for who they are. I think this is just their energy. And I feel like that's why you're like, okay, should I move on? Because they play too much or they don't, you know, but they're just not you. I don't really get, you know, some people, I do think they were cheating, but for the people where the ones are just having fun and stuff like that, I think that's your own insecurity where you feel like, well, I don't want everybody looking at my man or woman or whatever the case may be, and you kind of just want to keep them in the house. You don't think that that's like respectful to a relationship for them to be going out, and it's like, that doesn't mean that they don't respect the relationship. That just means that that's the things that they like to do. You know, and I feel like you thought that would like tone down, and it hasn't. In your way, you find that disrespectful. But it's like, you need to find something that you like to do outside of your relationship as well, because you can't let your relationship be end all be all. I think if you find something you like just as fun, that how they found something that they like to do outside of you, then you would not be as concerned as you are. So yes, so if that resonates with you, then no, you should not move on. Stop being that way. This person's still for you right now in your life. Okay, for the people that should move on, one of the messages I'm getting, if this resonates with you and what your situation is, then yeah, you should move on. So I'm getting that, oh my gosh, I'm getting that I feel like this person is really selfish. They have not been considerate of you or the relationship or your feelings for that matter at all. I'm definitely getting like, I feel like that it is nothing wrong with this. It's nothing wrong with being confident or anything like that, but I definitely feel like they see themselves as a prize and, you know, always like pushing you to be something that you're not. Like, I'm definitely getting cheating or them just like, I don't know. I feel like there is definitely like you and other people that they have in their life where it's almost as if all of you are trying to like get with this person, but you're already with this person. So it's kind of like this disrespectfulness. They probably still talk to their exes, or they probably still entertain other people. So they're probably like, if it's a man, if your partner's a man, he probably entertains other women and you know about it, and he's just like, well, you know, if you're doing everything you need to do, then there's nothing for you to be worried about. And if it's a woman, it's like the same thing. They probably still talk to their exes, even if you said, you know, I feel like your ex, like you talking to your ex kind of bothers me, like, you know, can you not talk to your ex? I feel like they're like, oh, and like, you know, like this just, they don't even like consider kind of how you feel about something, and it's just like me kind of energy. So now you're getting to a point where it's like, okay, well, I don't feel like dealing with this anymore. I don't feel like feeling like I'm going against different people and it's me or them. I feel like it should just be me because I'm the person that you're in a relationship with. I feel like you are definitely like going through some insecurities, because you have to be an insecure person where you have to feel like you have to prove yourself to this person. And I think time and time again you have tried to prove yourself and try to get their stamp of approval and get them to like notice you and respect what you guys got going on, but they're not respectful of that at all. And I think it's time for you to move on, because you need to, like, all that energy that you put into having them approve you need to start putting the energy into yourself so you can approve yourself. Therefore you won't be in this situation now or ever again. I think there has been conflict, and I definitely see a lot of forgiving on your part. They have done some things where you have forgive and you have forgot and you have amended this, and it's becoming like a cycle, and it's time for you to forgive and forget and also just move the fuck on, because they're not being like as respectful as they can be. They're not really even trying, to be the best partner that they can be to you and to help this relationship become better and grow. They're not even trying, really. I think it's time you take some heed from them and learn how to be a little bit more selfish, how they're being selfish, because you are a non-selfish person, especially when it comes to this relationship. And maybe you should be a little bit more selfish. Maybe you should make decisions that benefit you in the long run. So I think overall you need to just heal yourself, and yeah, it's time for you to move on. So if that resonated with you, then you're definitely the one that needs to move on. I do feel for some people, and this is I also got a maybe, which I know nobody wants a maybe for should I move on, but if it resonates, I'm gonna just try. And this could be for both no's or yeses, just like a summary maybe in a way. But for this justice reverse, I'm really getting like someone feeling like everything is just so unfair, and like I feel like you feel like you're always in this situation with everyone, and maybe that's why you're fighting for this if you're the person that needs to move on. I just feel like you keep finding yourself in similar situations in relationships, and you keep seeing it as like, oh my gosh, like you're the victim. And what I'm getting from this, if you are in a similar situation, a similar relationship, then there's a lesson that you have now learned from your past relationships. Because if you had learned that lesson, then you would not be in the same situation that you were in previously with someone else in a previous relationship. So I think that there's a lesson that needs to be learned. I think there's some accountability that needs to be had on your part. You definitely need to take some accountability and like really reflect on decisions have you made. Have you been overlooking red flags? Have you seen things that bother you and not have spoken up? Have you completely taken the steps towards self-worth and loving yourself so you do not make these negative decisions? Have you 100% put all your energy into being wanted and being in a relationship or being with a man or a woman or whoever you're with, versus just learning how to be alone? Have you done those things? If not, then maybe, just maybe, and I'm not saying that they're not wrong, but maybe, just maybe, you have not done everything that you think that you have done, okay? And that's only going to resonate for the people that it resonates with. Okay, if you pick pile number 3, I'm getting, if you should not move on, you're probably a Capricorn or Earth overall, but specifically Capricorn, you're your partner, or Capricorn towards Virgo. If yes, you should move on, then you're probably an Aquarius, specifically you or your partner, or air sign energy overall, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, if you should move on. So overall, whichever one resonated with you, yes or no, I really hope for pile number 3 that this gave you some clarity on whether you should move on from this relationship or not. Yes, thank you so much. If it resonated, please like, subscribe, tell me what pile you picked. Tell me how it resonated, what parts resonated with you. I am such an open book, and I'm a Gemini, so I love to talk and discuss things. So thank you so much, and have a good day. Okay, pile number 4, should you move on? Overall, I'm getting that yes, you should move on, because I feel like it's just, you have added so much value to your partner. You are definitely a good partner. You're a good person to be in a relationship with, definitely. I'm getting just, I keep hearing good luck charm, so I don't know if this person calls you their good luck charm, or if they just, I feel like they've gotten better since they've been in a relationship with you, and I feel like their life has gotten better since they've been in a relationship with you. But overall, I'm definitely getting just like this. I'm not saying that they're a leech. They probably do this subconsciously. A lot of people do this subconsciously, but I feel like, you have provided a lot of emotional labor and even physical labor to relationships that they themselves probably have not fully provided. Oh, you're my good luck charm. You're bringing all this stuff to my life, but you're looking at your life and it's damn, I'm not doing anything with my life. I'm glad that I'm here and I'm able to make your life better, but I want someone who can make my life better as well. And for some reason, it's just, they're not giving you that positivity and light. And not that they're not a positive person, let me take that back. I just don't feel like they're not really adding anything to your life. They're not really making you or pushing you to be a better person or anything like that. I just feel like they're just not a good fit. I don't really feel like your partner is a bad person. I just don't think this is a good match. I don't think this is a good fit. I feel that I don't feel like that they hinder you. I just feel like you haven't been at your best since you've been with them, or since you've been in a relationship with them. I feel like you were headed down one path, a path that maybe your spirit guides or whatever you believe in wanted you to go down. And once you met them, you have not been on that path anymore. You put a lot of energy into the relationship and being a good partner, which is a great thing, but you kind of have lost sight of who you are as a person, and you lost sight on what your true path was supposed to be. So whatever you were meant to be, this person is just blocking it, unfortunately. And I feel like you really like this person, and I feel like y'all have a good time together, but y'all are not meant to be with each other, simply for the fact that right now they're blocking you what your true purpose is supposed to be. I think for some people, whoever this person that you're asking about, I don't think that this is the end for you guys overall. I do get a lot of people who pick pile number 4 that you might need to move on right now, but I feel like down the line you're going to meet this person again, and then it's going to be the perfect timing and the perfect wave, and everything's going to be right where it needs to be, right now. And that's another thing I didn't clarify upon. I don't think that the timing is right now. I feel like either they got something going on, or maybe they got stuff that they need to it's just not a good time in specifically your life for you to be with this person. Not necessarily theirs, but it's just not a good time in your life right now for you to be with this person. And I feel like you do like this person, and there is a sense of guilt, I don't want to leave this person, because it's there's nothing really wrong with the relationship. It's just that they're definitely blocking you from your true purpose. It's probably why I picked this video, because I don't really think there's just some huge issues in the relationship. I just feel that overall that it's just not the right time for you guys right now. And it's just something that's been in your mind. You almost feel like there's something wrong with you. Okay, this person's cool, I'm cool. Why am I even thinking about moving on? But it's that might be just your inner soul. That might be whatever you believe in, telling you no, not right now. You don't need this right now. You need to be focusing on this. You need to be focusing on your path. I feel that also the way that the spirit or whatever you believe in has been showing you that right now this is not really the right time for you to be with this person. I feel also ever since you met this person, you probably have had a lot of bad luck, quote unquote. A lot of bad things have happened in your life that for some reason it's just nothing can go right. Stuff just cannot go right, and you cannot understand what you're doing wrong. It's just bad things keep happening. And I feel that's whatever you believe in's way of telling you that right now what you're doing is hindering you. They don't want you with this person specifically right now, because you're going away from your path. And that's their way of communicating, let them go, let them go, let them go, And I feel it's unfortunate for right now, but I do get that you're been resisting this, but you do need to let this go. if you continue to resist this and continue to be with this person, it's just going to keep getting worse, you know, because this is not the path that you're supposed to be going down. And they're going to push you until you go down the path that you need to go down. So you can fight it all you want to, pile number 4, but it is time for you to let this go. It's time for you to move on. This person is definitely limiting you. Wow. I think for some people, you're like, yeah, I can see how they're limiting me. Whatever. But I think for some people, like, no, like, how are they limiting me? They're great. Like, da-da-da. But they are. They are, though. Like, they really are limiting you. You're really, like, and I feel like, oh, my gosh. They're just limiting you. And I feel like a lot of the things that you probably would have embarked on or probably would have done, like, because when you're with someone, you're gaining their perspective on thing. You're gaining the way that they see the world, the way that they view the world. And I feel like the way they view the world is different from what you possibly viewed the world before. And they're allowing you with this new perspective. But this perspective is allowing you to change what you would have never changed. It's changing you. And not necessarily changing in a bad way, it's just preventing you from being on the path, the true potential and path that you're supposed to be on. They're limiting that. Feels comfortable, but yeah, overall you need to let this go. So pile number 4, I really hope this resonated with you. I really hope this gave you insight on why you should move on. I don't feel like your partner's bad at all, honestly. I just think that overall it's just time for you guys to move on. So overall, if I had to assign these signs for people who pick pile number 4, I'm gonna say possibly Aries, Sagittarius, Gemini, and Virgo. So thank you so much. I hope to give you some type of insight and clarity, and hopefully this will give you the energy you need to move on. Please like, subscribe, or comment what pile you picked and what parts of the reading resonated, or if all the reading resonated with you. I really like doing these, and I'm open to any new ideas if you have any. Thank you so much, and have a good day.